Favorite F1 races so far? We, again, mid-season. Next week, we're back in a race week. It's just a great time to reflect on the race weekends that we can just look at a little bit more fondly and maybe just made us a little bit less sad than other race weekends.
All right, I think we're going to alternate back and forth. I predict that we might have the same P1, but maybe I'll go first so you can end with your P1.
Okay. You know what? I'm actually feel like we may not. I don't know. We'll see where we're
Okay.
going.
I
But
did this as like the race weekend as a whole because if I only thought about the races, I wouldn't have a podium because it
oh,
would just be
so we're gonna
max.
probably have the same P1. If
All right, wait,
you're
wait.
not
Before
ready.
we say anything, before we do this podium, leave in the comments below on the YouTube video what you think we are talking about as our P1. And if you guess correctly, I won't be that impressed, but I will be happy because it means you listen to the show.
We will provide you a theoretical trophy in the form of a trophy emoji because this show has zero budget. Thank you. Goodbye. Anyway,
Okay. So I do have an honorable mention, but I'm going to skip it. P3 for me was the Monaco GP. Flying cars. We spent the entire week hyping up, being like, Mercedes is bringing the B-Spec to Monaco. Like, the general craziness of it. Like, yes, it was frustrating to watch Lewis only be P4 and some other shenanigans, but everything else, that made it my P3.
my P3, Hungarian GP, Daniel Ricciardo's return. That's it. The only reason why, legitimately only reason why Daniel Ricciardo is back. There's no way Danny Rick making a comeback could not be on my podium.
Lewis was on pole.
I I correct, and I'm telling. When I look back forever, I will remember that weekend as when, because Lewis will continue. I know I will see Lewis do greater things than when we saw him on pole that weekend. But I will remember that is the weekend that Daniel Ricciardo made his return. I know.
I
I
just
know.
I just need to like have a moment here where Nicole said, I'm putting the Hungarian GP only. You could have said I'm putting it at my P3 because Lewis was on pole and because Daniel Ricciardo's returned.
It was
But you're
Daniel
saying
Ricciardo's return weekend. It would have been on
I
my.
know.
But it would have been on my podium if Lewis was not on pole. I'm being so honest right now.
No, I know, but I just the phrasing and the fact that you're like, who cares about Lewis being on pole? And I'm like, they could have both factored in.
Honestly, I just didn't want the Hungarian GP on my podiums.
All right, well, my P2, Silverstone. Lewis home race, Lewis podium at his home race. Yay, Silverstone.
My P2 is also Silverstone. Lewis home race on the podium. There you go.
We've talked enough about it. It's also just my favorite track, and it's always a good race weekend, and etc. All right, so my P1 is Lewis was on pole at the Hungarian GP.
And my P1 is Monaco because it was wild and there was flying cars. I didn't even down. I'm so disgruntled.
We had that whole conversation. I was so sure. Nicole, we literally sent each other voice notes screaming bloody murder. There were no words after the Hungarian GP. I was so sure we were both going to do
I was
Hungarian.
so sure we were going to be so hyped about the floor of the Red Bull.
I love us. This is great.
It's everything backwards and everything you get at the clock every single week.
That's so funny. My honorable mention, by the way, is Spain because it was really fun to like lean into the bit that Mercedes was back and there was the double podium and like now I think I look back and Spain is less fun now because of everything that's happened since, but in the moment, the Spanish GP was a hype time.
Yeah, it was again as I had on one of my other podiums before. It was a great podium party, but we don't have to talk about the aftermath.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
if you guessed the Hungarian GP in the comments below, you're going to get a podium with a little lightning boat, or a little trophy with a little lightning boat. And if you guessed Monaco in the comments below, you'll get a podium with a little sunshine.
Hello, yay. Wow, look at that. So many things, so many opinions.
We
But
were
we're
so sure that we had the same
so
one.
sure. We were so sure. Wow. Oh, oh boy. Thank you for listening to this highlight of episode 30 of Gridwalk. Don't forget to like and subscribe for a ton of more F1 videos. Also, you made it this far in the video. Just like go watch the full podcast. It's a ton of fun. You don't want to miss out. Click here to watch the full thing. Ready? Here, ready, follow. Click, 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 click. Over here, right here. Click, 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 click.